Hey everyone, Brian from Bear Traders here. Saturday, March 9th. Just doing this weekly recap on Saturday instead of Sunday. Tonight I'm going to be traveling, going to New York, and tomorrow we're going to have meet up with some of our New York traders and some meetings. We'll be at the Money Show for a couple days, so looking forward to that. Anyway, I just thought I'd get this done before I took off, so to speak. So let's just take a look at the week that was and then maybe look ahead. Kind of see here we still are, well, we're actually sliding a bit on the stocks above the 200-day moving average, sliding a little bit on the 50 as well. New highs, new lows, kind of in the middle here. And you can see we had a interesting day. We'll get into that. We'll talk about that when we start looking at the indexes here. But it's what the internals look like right now. See what the groups are doing, see what groups are performing, which ones aren't. The red day overall in the markets, certainly, and 1 week performance, same thing. So the only thing that was performing was utilities. That's a common theme here. Utilities still seem to be doing well. 1 month performance, 1 week performance. And again, I keep saying this, utilities is a safety trade, and so the money's flowing that direction for sure. Let's take a look at the indexes. So you see what happened on the last couple of days since I did my last market recap. Draghi came out with some very dovish comments about their future interest rate hikes. The economy's looking like they're not going to grow as robustly even as they had thought, even though they kind of downward revised it. And so came out with an announcement they were going to hold off interest rate hikes, I think till 2020 or something like that. And so the market didn't take that very well on Thursday. And then Friday, we had that weak job numbers come out. I think the economists were looking for 172,000 jobs being created, and it came in at 17. So not even close, 10%. But you can see, curiously enough, the market gapped down, and then it managed to find its way back almost to flat on the Dow. So held the 200 or the 50, the 200-day moving average, didn't quite get down to it. And we've still got that, what I consider to be the Fed put. The Fed is on hold and raising interest rates, and I think that's what's keeping this market afloat here. And so, I don't see any big sell-off, which was the concern about the Fed here, and then the bounce back when they kind of took the rate hikes off the table, or at least put them, said they were going to be patient, and then the market ripped back, and now we're back at the level of resistance here. So I don't see, with the earnings, us getting to peak earnings, which is what people are talking about here, economy slowing. I don't think the U.S. can continue to grow their earnings if the rest of the world isn't. So if earnings are slowing down, I don't see any impetus for the market to go higher. On the other hand, if the Fed isn't raising rates, I don't see strong impetus for the market to really sell off unless we get some really significant bad news. But you can see here we've definitely trailed off. The MACD crossed over, and sort of average volume. And yeah, so I think we're going to be stuck in a bit of a range here. Same thing with the IWM market action, again down, and then opened lower and closed up on the day. We may get a bit of a bounce here, maybe a reversal, came down to a support level here, and now maybe we're going to bounce back up again. So I'll be looking at this TZA trade. If it looks like we're going to bounce, I'll be taking that off. But you see the RSI maybe starting to curl up a little bit. And again, QQQ, same story. Won't go over that again, but gap lower, rip back. Pretty decent volume here as well. SPY, large caps, same story. Gap down, bounce back. And RSI kind of turning, maybe holding here. Dollar ripped higher on Thursday, and again, that was to do with the euro announcement, the dovish statements about raising rates or not raising rates, as the case may be. So the dollar just ripped higher here. You can see gapped up and continued to move up. And yesterday or Friday, we had a bit of a consolidation day. So market strength, that means commodities don't necessarily do well when the US dollar is strong. VIX had a down day. Let's see what they did on the week here. Just out of curiosity, VIX was up on the week, although it did sell off quite a bit off the high here. So again, I don't think that, I don't think we're going to push higher, and I don't think we're going to push, we're going to really drop here unless something changes. So, VIX could just hang around on this in this area here. Let's take a look at the actives. Coke. Coke was looking like a pretty constructive trade until the last 3 days, and then it sold off. It did come back at the end of the day here, so I'm still holding Coke. And RSI's still turning down. Got a double bottom here. I hope it doesn't curl down again. And let's see here, MACD maybe losing momentum one way or another. Let's take a look at Half-Crines. He stopped out of that. 32 was my stop out price, and so it ended up stopping out. It did finish up on the day a little bit because of the market. Came back at the end of the day, but I'm not willing to hold something that's not looking like it's going to resolve to the upside. I'm not going to hold it long for sure, so we took out that one. Roku just amazes. It's an amazing stock. Again, it gapped down with the market, and Andrew played it on a day trade. He took it long at the open, and it got a nice buck or so out of that trade, and then it just continued to go higher, and we're right back up at resistance here. So Roku is something to, as a day trade, it's one of these stocks that, gets sold off and just will come back because, people wait for an opportunity, a pullback for an opportunity to buy, and that'll work until it doesn't. TZA, we've been in since about 9:35 and been piecing it out a little bit and still have a bit here, but, we gapped up significantly higher. I was thinking about taking it off here, but then I didn't. And it kind of pulled back as the market got strong. So we'll be watching that. I think if it loses this 50 move, or the 200-day moving average, if it falls back down below there, we'll take the rest of it off. But again, thinking the market's going to be a little bit choppy here. Let's see what's on watch. AAVE, I was watching this. It's still not doing much, so I haven't done anything with it. Still looking for it to break out. Looking at, just to see what happened with gold. Gold gapped up significantly, and even with the strong dollar. So it kind of didn't do much with the dollar ripping higher, and then it gapped up on Friday. So interesting move on gold. I just flip back here to dust. Dust is the inverse of gold miners. So if the gold miners go up, dust goes down. So actually it dropped significantly yesterday. So I was kind of watching this to hold this level and maybe push higher, but maybe we'll have to flip it around and look at Nugget instead. Labu I was watching it really sold off hard, and now it looks like it might be putting in a bottom. There's a level of support here, so I'm going to watch that on Monday, see where that goes. It might actually bounce from here. Could bounce back to, say, this 58 level, 59 level. So I'll be watching that. And I always like to watch natural gas, because natural gas can get into a trend like here or here. You can get some nice trend moves. It's really not doing anything here. It just seems to be hanging out right at this level. It's been cold. It's usually in the spring natural gas prices drop, but it's been cold, so natural gas prices are holding. So really nothing to see here at this point. Volume really dropping off on UNG, and it's just, just wait for it to break one way or another. We'll just keep an eye on that one. So that's it. Hope everyone's having a good weekend so far. Like I said, hopping on a plane tonight and heading over to New York. We'll look forward to meeting all our traders over there in the city. I think we're getting together on the Sunday night, the 10th. and then we'll be at the Money Show on Monday and coming back Tuesday evening. So again, have a great weekend, everybody. If you haven't checked out my book on swing trading, it's on Amazon, How to Swing Trade, and we'll see everybody in the room on Monday morning. We'll probably be off-site, but online one way or another. Bye for now, everybody.